Hey Nicole, once again I'm proving that I'm impatient and I can't wait for your video because I just always want to talk to myself. So I'm making another one, but it's not going to be long. I'm going to talk really fast, and not long for me is like under 10 minutes. That's my goal. So you did your last grad school class? Does that mean you're done? Did we already have this conversation? I know I asked you, but did you answer? Are you done with finals and everything? And follow-up question, if you are done and when you are done, what is your life plan? Because I know you told me a while ago you were thinking about teaching English overseas. And for my sake, I hope you don't do that. But is that what you're still going to do? And if you are not, are you going to move to Florida? Or anywhere else in the country besides Boston? Because I need to move. And I can't afford to move, but I need to move. You may have sensed this by my incessantly long text messages the other night, but I am so stressed out right now. I know my family, this is always craziness, but it's getting really bad. And my mom has no money to the point where we haven't had laundry detergent for like a week or ketchup in the house. And I don't know, I am like so stressed out. Right now, my brother's boyfriend is getting food stamps because he doesn't have a job, because he had to quit his job when he moved to Orlando with my brother because my brother got a new job there, whatever. So my brother is paying for everything, for their apartment and his boyfriend's car insurance. And then they're coming over here when we don't have any groceries and using his boyfriend's food stamps to buy our food. And the whole thing is just pathetic. On the bright side, I don't know if I've told you this, but I like his boyfriend a whole lot. He's 26, he's my age, which is weird. And your age, happy birthday. I'm getting to that. So it's really cool. And when they come on the weekends, my brother is lazy and he sits himself in front of the TV or he just goes right to sleep. But his boyfriend Addison plays cards with us and he just fits right in. He's great. Plus, he's a much better cook than anyone in my family, and he likes to cook, so that's a plus too. But I feel bad. It's like, I know there's a lot to like about my brother, but at the same time, it's like, what does he see in him? Why is he staying with him? He's chauffeuring my brother around because my brother's license, he lost his license. So he's driving, since he doesn't have a job, he's driving my brother like 2 hours to work and then back and then to here and back. And then he gets here, my brother doesn't want to do anything, and he's going out bringing Julio to his girlfriends and back, and it's ridiculous. And I really like the guy, and it's like, I almost want to warn him, like, do you realize what you're getting into? Because this guy's a mess. But, anyway, I really want to move out, and I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. I really don't, because I just, I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that and get stressed, but we need a life plan for my life, and hopefully both of our lives together. That would be good, okay? So your birthday, I suck, and I have not been able to get you anything, partly because I'm so busy with school, partly because I have no money, and partly because I have no idea what to get you. Like, no idea at all. And I always say that. I say that about, like, everyone anytime I have to buy gifts for someone, and then when I actually, like, start looking, it's usually really easy and I find tons of stuff, but my brain is so, like, right now that I'm really not sure I can do it, so you're gonna need to give me some hints, seriously, okay? Yeah. So here's a question for you that I just thought of. If I buy you as one of your birthday presents, Looking for Alaska, which I've been telling you to read forever, will you read it? Because I really want you to be as obsessed with John Green as I am. And I know, like, well, first I know you're busy, but you're done with school. But I know how, like, when people tell me to read stuff or watch stuff, I'm super, super resistant because I always have, like, tons of other stuff I want, and I don't know. But we've known each other forever, and you should trust that I know what you're gonna like, and you're gonna fall in love with this book. It's one of those books that, like, I wish it had been around and I had read it in high school, because remember how much we were in love with Sloppy First, and we all read it, and we all talked about it, and I feel like that book really influenced a ton of, like, who I was in high school, which is maybe silly, maybe not. But it's the kind of thing like I wish this book was around and I had read this and this was influencing me too because it's amazing. It's amazing and you will like it and then you'll want to read all of his books. So answer me that honestly. If I get it for you, will you read it? I really don't have much else to say other than school is like, ah. Oh, before I say that, this is very random, but I want this sweater very badly. It is gorgeous, right? And her boots are really cute, but that's beside the point because I have ones that look just like this. But this is the kind of thing, I was buying tons of cardigans like this back in Connecticut, and really, should I spend 50 bucks on it now that I'm in Florida? Actually, okay, it's only 30 bucks, but still. I would feel like really pathetic buying that because all of my nice cardigans just sit in my closet. And even when I visited Connecticut in March, it was nice and hot out and I couldn't use anything. So, what should I do? Because I really don't want to be in Florida forever. And in January, I'll be in Vermont and I could totally wear it there. I think I just convinced myself to buy it, but not right now because I really have no money. Okay. Side note, do you like my shirt? Isn't that awesome? I know it is. And finally, Nicole, I just want to show you how I spent my weekend. And up until now. From Friday until now. I just realized it's the middle of the week, but I feel like it's Monday because bleh, brain, because of school. So this is how I spent my weekend. Reading. And yes, that's a lovely thing to do, and that's how I usually choose to spend my weekends anyway. But I'm just going to show you what I read. These are the books I read since Friday. Keep in mind I worked Saturday morning. Ask me, I'll never tell. I looked to you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I'll trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at your baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other girls try to chase me, but here's my number, so call me maybe. You took your time with the call, I took no time with the fall. You gave me nothing at all, but still you're in my way. I beg and borrow and steal, at first sight and it's real. I didn't know I would feel it, but it's in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. And all the other girls, they try to taste me, here's my number, so call me maybe. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I missed you so, so bad. Before you came into my life, I missed you so bad. I missed you so bad. I missed you so, so bad. It's hard to look right at your baby, but here's my number, so call me maybe. That is a freaking lot of books to read in 6 days, right? Even for us. And it's not like I can just skim right through it because the point is I'm using these in my huge research paper, and so I've been going through and highlighting or sometimes using pencil, sometimes using pen, depending on how much I like the book and whether I want to highlight in it. And then putting in sticky notes. I've been highlighting all of the parts that have to do with the boys' friendship. And at first I was using these huge sticky notes, and then miraculously, when my brother and his boyfriend came over, his boyfriend didn't even know I was doing this, but he walked into my room with 3 of those little Post-it highlighters that have the little teeny tiny Post-its on them. And I just never thought I would want those, even though I like tons of school supplies. It just seemed silly to me to have the tiny Post-it. I don't know why. But I also hate when I have like these huge Post-its all over my books and then you have to like pull them off to see what you looked at underneath. So I fell in love with the little teeny tiny Post-its, and halfway through my stack, ran out of them in all 3 pens. But now I have a new obsession and I'm going to have to go get more. But anyway, yeah, so my problem is now that I have read them, they look like this. And now I have to go back and look through all of the Post-its and figure out what I want to say about this stuff. I feel like I'm going to have a ton of stuff to say. And if I don't, if I have not reached the page count after doing this, I'm going to start, I don't know if I've said this, but I'm going to start with the middle grade, analyzing those ones to see how boys at that age act, and then go on to the young adult to see, like, when they get older, how do they act with their friendships. Then, if that is not long enough, I'm going to do a 3rd section on the Harry Potter series, because that is technically middle grade because the first one was, but the last one, that is not middle grade, you know? So that definitely shows the progression of a friendship from age, I don't know, what is it, 11 to 17? So I do think that would be really, really, like, pertinent to my essay and interesting, especially because their friendship is so awesome and, like, I want to use it anyway. But the problem is that that's 7 more books, and they're huge, and obviously I cannot read those. My rough draft is due in a week, so I can't read those. Luckily, my friends are all awesome, and I've been online asking everyone from school scenes, like specific things that have to do with the friendships, because originally I was just going to use it as a small part. But then they seriously listed scenes from every single book except the last one. And I was like, great, guys. So that's when I thought maybe I could do that. So I've got a lot of work to do, but I love my school. Side note, is it strange that I first heard Call Me Maybe from these nerdy guys who did a cover of it that I just played and not the actual song? And I fell in love with it, and I would sing it all the time. And then when I finally got around to listening to the actual song, where I probably heard it on the radio, I was like, ew, this is horrible. It's obviously exactly the kind of thing I would not like, but the boys made me love it because they're super cute. Okay, I think I'm done babbling. Wow. Okay, Nicole, just one more thing. That was backwards, wasn't it? Yeah. I should really think these things through better. Anyway, while I was rereading my John Green books, An Abundance of Catherines, I came across this quote that I had highlighted the first time I read it. It says, "How you matter is defined by the things that matter to you." So there's your food for thought for tonight. Goodbye. I hope to hear from you soon, and I like you a lot. Also, Nicole, I just put this video together and I realized that I did not talk fast like I promised to do and like I'm doing now, and therefore this video is actually 15 minutes, so I apologize, and oh well.